channel, and thank you so much for tuning in. In today's video I'll be doing a makeup routine which is going to be doing an everyday makeup look that is beautiful and is going to leave you dewy and glowing for the gods. So without further ado, let's dive into it.
First thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to take my brush and then I'm going to brush my eyebrows, and I brush them. As you can see, I'm stroking it up so that I can get a better handle of the hairs, and I can also shape up my brows in the process as well. As you can see, as I'm brushing up, my brows are starting to have a better shape than they were, and they look more neat, and it's going to make things easier for me when I have to use my pencil. As you can see, they already look like they're in shape. If I don't want to, do my eyebrows, I can just conceal around them and they'll be good to go. Now that I'm gonna do is I'm going to use banana powder, which I got from LA Girl. It's the Pro Powder in high definition setting powder. What I do is I just put it around my brows just to mattify the brow area, and also just around it so that when I have to use my pencil it won't slip off or it won't be too oily. So just help me as well. So now that I'm gonna use the pencil, the eyebrow pencil that I'm using is from Essence, and it's in the color brown 2. I always use this. It's affordable and it doesn't cost that much. And as you can see there, I'm stroking up, upwards. I'm applying it upwards as I go onto the corners, and I'm not gonna apply too much of it because I'm not trying to have my brows to be too brown or too dark. So I always just apply a little bit on the one side, and then now that I'm done with the other side, I'm just gonna touch up the corners and then go to the other side as well. I'm starting there by the corners of my eyes, my inner eye, and then I stroke all the way up until I get to the corner of the brow, and I just fill in some areas where there isn't enough pencil, and I just color it out throughout, shape up a little bit, and just refill everywhere nicely before I can start making it, brushing it and completing it into a proper brow. As you can see, it already looks better. Now I'm gonna brush again, brush over it, brush on the other side as well. And as you can see, I'm still, as I brush, I'm stroking it upwards. It's up strokes, and I do both sides like that, the other way. And I like brushing the middle as well, so that I don't have those fine lines where they show where your brow starts, especially in the inside of the brow. I hate that a lot, so this actually just helps me. And then now that I'm done, I'm going to use a concealer. I'm just quickly cleaning up my concealer brush so it can be clean. It's not that it's dirty, but I just like wiping it out all the time, every time that I use it with a wipe and a wet and dry towel. So the concealer that I'm going to use is LA Girl Pro Concealer, and it's in the color Cool Tan. So I'm just gonna go and define my brows as I go with this concealer. I'm going to do this side and do the other side as well, and then I'm just gonna continue like that until I'm done with the brows. Look at that, it's coming into shape nicely. And I do the top as well. I like concealing the top of my brow. It just defines the brow and it makes my eyebrows pop, and it just gives it a nice shape. I like doing that a lot. So I'm just gonna go in and then try to blend in the concealer on top, because if it's not nicely blended, it's going to show in your brows, and that is not nice. You must always blend your concealer properly. So I just try and use, Cool Tan actually helps for when I have to use my foundation, especially on the top. My concealer blends in nicely. And then now that I'm done, I'm going to take LA Girl Pro Concealer again, but now in the color Porcelain. It's slightly lighter, so I'm only going to do the bottom of the brow with it and not the top, because like I said, I like the top to always blend in with my foundation at the end, which is why I use a darker one. Oh my goodness, it's almost finished, and we all know that it's lockdown and shops are closed, so a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. So I just have to shake the life out of it until something comes out. So that's what I'm gonna do, and shake a little more obviously, and then apply, and I'm gonna blend in with a damp blending sponge, and a wet blending sponge actually helps, you know, to blend out whatever concealer, whatever foundation, and you know, it just sucks into the skin nicely. I'm not sure if I should say sucks in, but anyway, it just blends out nicely. I'm gonna apply a little more concealer on my eyelids, and then I'm going to use a brush, and I'm just going to blend it out nicely, so that when I have to apply my eyeshadow, it has a nice base. So I like using this as a base, and the eyeshadow can also stick nicely as well to it. So now that I'm done with that, I'm going to be using the Essence eyeshadow palette. And really, I love this eyeshadow palette. It's so affordable, it's nice, and it has really nice colors. And I'm gonna use the light brown at the corner, at the bottom, just to transition the eyebrow a little bit. So what I do is I use a small brush and I apply a little bit on the corners. This helps me get a better handle when I have to blend in the eyeshadow. It blends in nicely and it doesn't become too much. As you can see, as I blend it out nicely, it spreads out to the corners of my eyes, and it looks nice, and it's not too much. And it also helps to control the eyeshadow on my eyes, because sometimes I don't like having too much eyeshadow. So this really just helps. It's a technique that I learned, and I think it's quite great. So I always do this, and apply a little bit and then blend it out throughout the entire eye where you want it. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use a darker brown, which is on the other corner as well at the bottom, and then I'm just going to use it on the eyelid, on both eyelids, and I'm just going to do that a little bit, and then do the other side as well, and also blend it out as well with a brush, just to make sure that my eyeshadow looks proper, and it looks prime, and it looks clean, and it looks nice. So I like eyeshadow that is always well blended out. It looks great and it lasts longer, and you look like a decent girl. All right, but anyway, so I'm blending it out, blend out nicely, blend, and then I'm going to use an eyeliner. It's this eyeliner that I'm using now. It's the Essence liquid eyeliner, and I'm just going to use a little bit of it around on top of my eyelids on both sides. And yeah, I don't really like using a lot of eyeliner. I know sometimes I do a cat eye and all of that, but I try to minimize it a little bit. So I'm just going to use a little bit, especially if I'm doing a natural look. I don't like using too much eyeliner, so I just use a little bit, and then it always looks nice, and it looks a bit natural that it would if it was thick and and all of that. So I like, and then now that that is done, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use the Revlon mascara, just to I think it's the double weight if I'm not mistaken. Let me quickly just check here. But anyway, I'm using the Revlon mascara just to comb out my eyelashes and get them ready for the eyeliner, for the lashes. Well, what I do there with the lashes is that when I pull the lash like that, it gives me a better handle when I have to put it. It makes it easier actually to apply the lash on top of your eyelids and next to your eyelashes as well. So your natural eyelashes, I mean. So it helps to get a better handle of it, and also when you're applying it, it becomes easier. The glue that I use is Eyeliner. Sorry about the mess. My glue actually fell and it broke, and obviously because of lockdown, there's no way I can get another glue, so I just have to manage the one that I have, which is the broken one. So I'm going to apply the glue on both lashes, and then after that I'm going to pull them again, you know, in an oval form, like the way I shake them. And that also, like I said, it makes things easier when I have to place the lash on top of my natural lashes. So as you can see, I do that, and then I'm going to put it, see, oh sorry about that, I just have to hold it properly, and then voila, you see the center already is stuck, and I just have to secure the corners because I don't want my lash to be flying. Alright, so I always make sure that you secure the corners, especially the inner corners and the outer corners of the lash. Make sure that it's always secured, and you don't want to embarrass yourself in public with flying lashes. Alright, so I do the second eye as well. And one thing I like about the eyeliner glue, the white one, is that it's when it dries out, it becomes very transparent, and you know it vanishes. It's almost as if it was never even there. So that's one thing I like about the white glue. I always prefer using the white glue compared to the black one. It's easy to handle, and you know, it's nice. As you can see, you can still see the glue on top and at the bottom as well, but just watch to the end, you'll see that once it dries up, you don't even show. Now that I'm done, I'm going to use the Maybelline New Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. I just use a little bit around my face, my cheeks, and the bottom of my lip, and you know, just around the bottom part of my face. And then what I'm gonna do is, since we're going for a glowy look, I'm going to use the LA Girl Luminous Glow. It's Skin Illuminator. I like that a lot, especially when I want to have a glowy, you know, shimmery look on a normal day. So I'm going to use the shade Moonlight, and I'm just going to use my hand to stroke it a little bit, just around there. And then I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer again, and the shade Cool Tan. What I do with that is that I try to correct the dark areas around my eyes, just to fill it in before I can go in with my foundation. It really makes a difference. And then I'm also going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Orange Corrector, just to correct around my dark marks. And as you can see, I'm patting the product into my skin better, and you know, it stays on the skin evenly. Sorry, English. It stays on the skin evenly, and you become nice, and it really gives you a nice coverage. So now I'm gonna go in with my foundation. I use the MAC Studio Fix liquid in color NC44.5. That's what I use for my face, and I'm just gonna put a little bit around my eyes, and then pat it in, blend in nicely with the damp sponge again. I like using the damp sponge, as I've mentioned. It's the best. If you've never tried it, then I think you better get on it. Alright, better get on that thing. It's the best thing that could ever happen to you. So that's what I do. I pat around my face just to make sure that it's evenly spread out throughout my entire face, and I look nice, and I have a nice coverage every single part, everywhere. Everywhere. So now I'm gonna use the LA Girl Pro Concealer again. I'm gonna use the color Porcelain again. As you can see, it's light. I just use it to highlight around my face a little bit, because I'm not gonna use any powder afterwards, so I just like using that. I don't like using too much of it, because then now you become extremely light or extremely white, and it has, you know, this ashy look when it's a lot. So I hate that. So I just like using a little bit of it just to, you know, highlight my face, you know, nicely. And then what I'm gonna do is now I'm going to use the Maybelline Master Bronze to contour my face, and just to sculpt a little bit, and just give my face a little bit of structure. And we all know what contouring does. It really, it sculpts your face nicely. And I'm just gonna do that around my nose as well, just to contour my nose and, you know, my face as well. So yeah, you see, it's always important to blend it out, because if it's not nicely blended, you're going to look like you're crazy, and it's going to look like you just stuck it there and it's untidy. So always make sure that everything is nicely blended out. And now what I do is I love using the LA Girl high definition matte pressed powder. I know I'm using it as a contour, but anyway, I'm just using a little bit of it. It's warm caramel. I just like to contour a little bit and use it around my face as well, just to further sculpt it and, you know, make it nice, and to finish off the contouring as well. Mr. Price Scarlet Hill Contour and Glow Palette, and I'm going to use the darker shade of the highlighter. I love using that a lot. As you can see, it's almost done because I use it a lot. So I'm going to use that to highlight my face. As remember, we are going for a glowy look, shimmery look, so we want to glow for the gods. And like I said, and I've said this before, this palette is the best thing ever. It's affordable and it's really amazing. I would recommend that, you know, you should go and buy it and just really make use of it. I love the highlighters. I think they're great. As you can see, I'm just highlighting on the other side, on both of my cheeks. Highlight. And then I like highlighting my forehead as well. Not too much, just a little bit, and a bit on my chin, and obviously the bridge of my nose, just a little bit on the bridge of my nose. And then I'm gonna put some a bit with my finger, you know, just to get it right. And then, as you can see, I look good. And then now I'm gonna go in with the lighter highlighter, and I'm just gonna go on the corners of my eyes just to brighten up my eyes and open it up a little bit. This really helps open up my eyes a lot and brighten it up. And this is exactly what I'm gonna do. And then there as well, just to brighten up my eyes, and gonna open it up and make it look nice and glowy as well. Oh, I put a little bit too much there, so I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit so that it looks nice. As you can see, my eyes look brighter. So now I'm going in with the MAC Fix Spray, and now that I'm done, I'm also going to use, and I'll also use the Revolution Hydrating Plumbing Makeup Fixing Spray. I love it. I've been using it for a while. And then obviously now I'm just gonna go in with a Wet n Wild lip gloss, and as you can see, the look is complete. I look nice. And what I did is, for my hair, I used the Click serum. It's very, very good. I love it. You can go to Clicks and find it, and it's really quite affordable. I'm just gonna brush out my hair a bit just before I style it, and, you know, get myself right for the entire look. And so far the makeup looks great. It's not too much. It's glowy and it looks a bit natural, but not too natural. But at the same time, you know, you still look nice, and it's not too much as well. So I like that, and that is exactly what I was going for. So I'm just gonna comb out my hair. Ooh, that looks good. And then I'm just gonna style it, style my hair nicely, and I'm just gonna pull a bit of hair at the corner. I like that. I think it makes the hair look a bit natural. And I pull like that, and then fix the sides, and voila! Now that's a look and a half. There it is. This is my everyday glowy look, and I hope you like it, because I also love it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next vlog.